Yeah, good evening, Christina and John. Instead of planning a happy Thanksgiving get-together, this family now planning two funerals, one for Quincy Polk and one for his 8-year-old daughter, Envy Cardenas. Meanwhile, Envy's mother is left in the hospital continuing to fight for her life.
I feel like part of my life is gone. Like, I ain't never gonna see my son smile no more. I'm not gonna be able to get them big hugs where he can pick me up off my feet no more. I ain't gonna be able to get 1,000,001 questions from my grandbaby no more.
Joaz remarked.
A Lowe's parking lot. Saturday afternoon, 2:45 p.m. A white Porsche SUV sits with 3 children strapped into the back seats, ages 8, 5 and 1. Their father is outside the vehicle. In the next 60 seconds, gunfire erupts. When it stops, a father and his 8-year-old daughter are gone forever. A mother is clinging to life. A 5-year-old will carry a bullet in her leg for the rest of her days. November 22nd, 2025, Phoenix, Arizona. What began as tailgating and honking ended with 2 funerals and a family destroyed. No warning, no time to escape, just a man who couldn't let it go, and a trigger pulled on a car full of children. The mother survived just long enough to wake up from her coma and write one thing over and over on paper: her daughter's name. Envy, 8 years old, shot dead in the back seat while her baby sister sat inches away. This is what happened that day. Every detail. Every terrible second. Because understanding how fast things can spiral from road frustration to murder might be the only thing that saves the next family. Welcome, Roped Crimes. If you're returning, thank you for being here and trusting us to cover these stories with the respect and accuracy they deserve. If you're new here, this is where we break down real crime cases. No speculation, no dramatization, just the facts as they happened. Before we continue, please hit that like button, share this video, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Cases like this need to be told, need to be understood, so we can all recognize the warning signs before tragedy strikes. And most importantly, stay safe out there. Watch how you react on the road, protect yourself and your loved ones, because as you're about to see, one moment of unchecked anger can end lives in seconds. Now, let's talk about who Quincy Polk and his family were before that terrible Saturday afternoon. Quincy J. Polk, 30 years old, a father of 3 daughters. He was engaged to Alexis Cardenas, and together they were raising their family in Phoenix. His oldest daughter was Envy Cardenas. 8 years old, Alexis Cardenas was Quincy's fiancée and the mother of their 3 children. She was in the vehicle with them that Saturday afternoon. Their middle daughter, Nay'vi Blu Polk, was 5 years old. After the incident, doctors removed 1 bullet from her leg but told the family another one was lodged too deep to safely extract. She lives with it permanently. The youngest was just 1 year old. She was strapped into her car seat in the vehicle. 5 people, 1 white Porsche SUV, a father behind the wheel, a mother in the passenger seat, 3 children in the back. They were out on a Saturday afternoon, November 22nd, 2025. What happened next took less than 60 seconds. Phoenix, Arizona, 19th Avenue and Baseline Road. A Lowe's home improvement store sits at this intersection, the kind of place families visit every weekend for paint, tools, lumber, whatever the house needs. Busy area, wide parking lot, security cameras running, people coming and going with shopping carts. Nothing about this location screams danger. It was 2:45 in the afternoon, broad daylight, not some dark alley at midnight, not a secluded area where help couldn't arrive. This was the middle of the day in a crowded commercial parking lot with witnesses everywhere. Saturday afternoon shopping. Routine, ordinary, thing millions of families do without a second thought. But the Polk family's Saturday was about to collide with another man's Saturday, and that collision would end in tragedy. Quincy Polk is driving his white Porsche SUV through Phoenix. Alexis is in the passenger seat. Their 3 daughters, 8-year-old Envy, 5-year-old Nay'vi, and their 1-year-old are buckled in the back. On the same roads, 28-year-old Tyrone Dee Chilly is driving a grey Dodge Challenger. He'd just left a shopping centre after trying to get a loan. The 2 vehicles cross paths. Something happens. Aggressive driving, honking. Both drivers get angry. The exact details of who did what first don't matter anymore, because what matters is this. Both vehicles pull into the Lowe's parking lot at 19th Avenue and Baseline Road. Both men get out of their cars. In the back seat of the Porsche, 3 little girls watch their father walk toward a stranger. Alexis gets out too. The confrontation escalates fast. Quincy and Chilly start fighting, physical, fists flying. Alexis jumps in. It's chaos in a parking lot full of Saturday shoppers. People are watching. This is broad daylight violence playing out in public. Then it stops. The fight breaks up. Everyone walks back to their vehicles. Quincy gets back in the Porsche. Alexis gets in. The 3 girls are still in the back seat. Chilly walks back to his challenger. This is it. This is the moment where everyone drives away, where cooler heads prevail, where this story ends with nothing more than some bruises and hurt pride. But Tyrone Chilly doesn't drive away. He pulls out a gun and opens fire on the Porsche SUV. Gunfire erupts in the Lowe's parking lot. Chilly is shooting directly into the Porsche. The vehicle has 5 people inside. 3 of them are children under the age of 9. Alexis Cardenas is hit multiple times, but she doesn't go down. She gets out of the vehicle and fires back. She's armed and she's returning fire at Chilly. There's a shootout happening in broad daylight, 2:45 on a Saturday afternoon. Families shopping at Lowe's are witnessing a gun battle. When the shots stop, Alexis runs to the back of the SUV. She opens the door and pulls her daughter Envy out of the vehicle. She's screaming, "My baby!" The scene is carnage. Quincy Polk has been shot. He's on the ground. 8-year-old Envy Cardenas has been shot. 5-year-old Nay'vi Blu Polk has been shot in the leg. Alexis has multiple gunshot wounds. The 1-year-old is the only one not physically injured. First responders arrive. Phoenix police and paramedics flood the parking lot. They start emergency treatment, but Quincy and Envy are already beyond help. Both are pronounced dead at the scene. Alexis is rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Nay'vi is also transported for treatment of her leg wound. The 1-year-old is taken for evaluation. 2 people dead, 2 wounded, 1 traumatized, all within 60 seconds. All because a road rage incident turned into a fistfight that turned into a shooting. Quincy Polk died at the scene, 30 years old, gone before the ambulance even arrived. 8-year-old Envy Cardenas was rushed to the hospital in extremely critical condition. She died the next day, November 23rd, 2025. 1 day after the shooting, Alexis Cardenas survived, but barely. She was shot in the face, neck and shoulder, multiple gunshot wounds. She was placed in a medically induced coma. When she briefly woke up, she grabbed paper and a pen. She wrote one word over and over. Envy, her daughter's name. Envy. 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 That's all she could process. That's all that mattered. Her 8-year-old was gone and she couldn't stop writing her name. Alexis faces a long recovery, facial reconstruction surgery, months of physical therapy, permanent scarring, but she's alive. 5-year-old Nay'vi Blu Polk was shot once in the leg. Doctors removed 1 bullet but found another lodged too deep to extract safely. She left the hospital carrying that bullet inside her body. She'll carry it for the rest of her life. A permanent piece of metal embedded in her leg. A permanent reminder of the day her father and sister were murdered. The 1-year-old Alani Polk was physically unharmed. No bullet wounds, no injuries. But she was there, strapped in her car seat, surrounded by gunfire and screaming and blood. She's too young to remember it now, but that trauma is stored somewhere in her body. That terror is part of her story, whether she remembers it or not. Tyrone Chilly stayed at the scene. He didn't run. He called police himself. He was taken to the hospital for reasons unrelated to the shooting, then released and arrested. He's now facing 2 counts of first-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, aggravated assault and endangerment. After the shooting, he didn't flee. He stayed in the parking lot and contacted authorities himself. Phoenix police detained him at the scene. He was transported to a hospital for unrelated medical issues, treated, then booked into Lower Buckeye Jail. On December 3rd, 2025, a Maricopa County grand jury handed down an indictment. The charges are severe. 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 for Quincy Polk, 1 for 8-year-old Envy Cardenas. Both are Class 1 dangerous felonies. One of those murder charges includes the designation dangerous crime against children. 1 count of attempted second-degree murder for the shooting of Alexis Cardenas. 2 counts of aggravated assault. 3 counts of endangerment for the 3 children who were in that vehicle. Chilly is being held on $3 million cash bond. That's not a bond he can post 10% on. That's $3 million in cash, or he stays in jail until trial. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office made it clear they're treating this case as a priority. County Attorney Rachel Mitchell addressed the public directly about road rage violence. She said drivers with anger issues need to leave their guns at home and get help. She said it's not worth it, and the statistics back up why this case matters. Road rage crashes in Arizona have doubled between 2020 and 2024. From 500 incidents per year to over 1,000. The number of people killed has also doubled, 3 deaths per year to 6 per year. This isn't an isolated problem. This is a growing epidemic of violence on Arizona roads. November 22nd, 2025, a Saturday afternoon, a Lowe's parking lot in Phoenix, Arizona. Quincy Polk is dead. His 8-year-old daughter, Envy, is dead. His fiancée, Alexis, is scarred for life. His 5-year-old daughter, Nay'vi, carries a bullet in her leg that can never be removed. His 1-year-old daughter witnessed something no child should ever see, all because 2 men couldn't let go of a road rage incident, all because anger escalated into fists and fists escalated into gunfire, all because someone had a gun and decided to use it. This case is still moving through the legal system. Tyrone Dee Chilly sits in jail on $3 million bond waiting for trial. The charges are serious: first-degree murder, dangerous crime against children. If convicted, he's looking at life in prison. But convictions don't bring back Quincy. They don't bring back Envy. They don't erase the trauma that Alexis and her surviving daughters will carry forever. The Polk family set up a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses and medical bills. The community responded, thousands of dollars raised, vigils held, balloons released, but none of it changes what happened in that parking lot. So what's the lesson here? What do we take from this tragedy? It's simple. Let it go. Whatever happens on the road, someone cuts you off, someone honks at you, someone drives too slow or too fast, let it go. Your ego is not worth your life. Your pride is not worth someone else's life. And if you're carrying a weapon, you have an even bigger responsibility to walk away from confrontation. This case shows how fast things can spiral. Road rage to parking lot fight to gunfire to 2 people dead. 60 seconds. That's all it took to destroy multiple families. Stay safe out there. Drive carefully. Control your anger. And remember the names Quincy Polk and Envy Cardenas. Remember what happens when road rage goes too far. If this case affected you, hit that like button. Share this video so others can learn from this tragedy. Subscribe to Roped Crimes for more true crime coverage. And most importantly, stay vigilant. Stay calm. Stay alive. This is Roped Crimes. We'll see you in the next one.